You can look at a face for a tenth of a second and know something is wrong with it. Because the face looks almost human. Almost. And that one word is why your skin crawls. You've felt it before. A mannequin in a dark store that you swear just moved. A doll whose eyes seem to follow you across the room. A wax figure that looks too real, standing a little too still. A character in a video game that looks lifelike, until it smiles, and something inside you screams no. Nothing about it is actually dangerous. It's plastic. It's wax. It's pixels. It cannot hurt you. And yet your body reacts like it just spotted a predator in the grass. Your heart speeds up. Your stomach drops. Your skin prickles. You want to look away. Your brain just dumped a chemical meant for real danger. Over a doll. And the strangest part is that the cartoon face doesn't do this. A teddy bear doesn't do this. A smiley face drawn on paper doesn't do this. The thing that scares us isn't a face that looks fake. It's a face that looks almost real. The closer it gets to human, the more wrong it feels. Why? Why would getting closer to human make something more terrifying, not less? Shouldn't more human mean more comforting? And it's not just you. Almost everyone feels it, in roughly the same place, with roughly the same things. Scientists have a name for this exact feeling. They call it the uncanny valley. And once you understand what it really is, you will start seeing it everywhere. And you'll understand why it has nothing to do with the doll, and everything to do with you. In 1970, a Japanese robotics professor named Masahiro Mori noticed something weird. He built robots for a living, and he started watching how people reacted to them. A boxy little robot that obviously looked like a machine? People loved it. They found it cute, even friendly. So he figured the rule was simple. The more human a robot looks, the more we should like it. And for a while, that's exactly what happened. He drew it as a graph. Along the bottom, how human something looks. Going up, how much we like it. As the line crept toward human, our warmth climbed with it. A toy robot. A humanoid robot. A lifelike prosthetic hand. Up and up and up. But then, right before the line reached perfectly human, something broke. It didn't keep climbing. It fell off a cliff. At the exact point where something looks almost human, but not quite, our affection collapses into dread. That sudden drop on the graph is a valley. The uncanny valley. The word uncanny comes from an old idea, something familiar that has been made peculiar. Comfort turning into wrongness. And the detail most people miss is that Mori said movement makes it worse. A still, creepy doll on a shelf is unsettling. But a creepy doll that moves? That slowly turns its head? That blinks at you? The fear doesn't just rise. It spikes. It's why a single photo of a too real CGI character is weird. But watching that same character walk and talk in a movie made entire audiences squirm. To understand why, you have to understand how obsessed your brain is with faces. You are a face-reading machine. From the moment you were born, before you could even focus your eyes, you were hunting for faces. It's why you see a face in a power outlet. In the front of a car. In 2 windows and a door. In the moon. Your brain has entire regions wired for one job, reading faces. And they fire faster than you can think. And your brain doesn't read a face piece by piece. It reads the whole thing at once, in a single glance. The exact distance between the eyes. The width of the jaw. The way the skin catches the light. How the mouth moves when someone talks. You don't calculate any of this. You just know instantly when a face is right. Which means you also know instantly when a face is wrong. Somewhere in your head is a perfect model of human face, built from every single face you have ever seen. When something almost matches that model, your brain happily says, person. Safe. And then a fraction of a second later, it notices. The eyes are too still. The skin is too smooth. The proportions are off by a hair. The smile doesn't reach the eyes. The prediction your brain made is suddenly wrong. And a broken prediction about a face is not a small error to your brain. It does not shrug it off. It treats it as an alarm. But why an alarm? Why fear? Why not just mild confusion, a shrug, that's odd. To answer that, we have to go back. Way back. Long before mannequins and movies and video games, your ancestors lived in small groups, out in the open, surrounded by danger. And the faces around them carried life or death information. A face could tell you someone was healthy or sick, friendly or about to attack, awake or something else. Now think about what an almost human face actually looks like. Skin with the wrong color, too pale or too gray. Eyes that don't quite focus on anything. A face frozen in an expression that doesn't change. A body that is still in a way that living bodies never are. Those are not random creepy traits. Those are the signs of sickness, of death, of a corpse lying in the grass. For hundreds of thousands of years, getting close to a sick or a dead body could kill you. Disease tore through the group through contact. So the humans who felt a deep automatic disgust at those cues, who backed away without even thinking about it, were the ones who lived long enough to have children. And those children had children. all the way down to you. That gut level, get away from that thing, reflex got passed down across 10,000 generations. The uncanny valley might be that ancient alarm, still firing in a world full of plastic and screens. Your body cannot tell the difference between a real corpse and a very realistic robot. It just reads the cues. Wrong skin, dead eyes, unnatural stillness. And it does the one thing it was built to do. It floods you with fear and tells you to get away. And nothing sets off that alarm like the eyes. We read almost everything in the eyes. Attention, emotion, intention, whether someone is even alive in there. Think about the last time you caught a stranger's eyes across a crowded room. In that half second, you both knew a whole person was looking back. A real human eye is never perfectly still. It twitches. It darts. It adjusts to the light. It reflects the room back at you in tiny, constant ways. A fake eye does none of that. It just sits there, staring, pointed at nothing. That is why dolls feel haunted. Why a wax figure feels like it is watching you. Why a ventriloquist's dummy is the stuff of nightmares. Your eyes keep going back to it, waiting for it to blink. The eyes promise a mind behind them, and then they deliver nothing. Empty. It is a window with the lights on and nobody home. But there is something even deeper going on here. Your brain loves clean, simple categories. This is alive. That is not. This is a person. That is an object. Boxes with clear walls between them. The uncanny valley lives right on the border between two boxes. Human and not human. Alive and not alive. Real and fake. And your brain hates standing on that border. It cannot decide which box the thing belongs in, so it keeps flipping back and forth. That uncertainty, that I genuinely do not know what I am looking at, is its own special kind of stress. It's why, across every culture, the scariest monsters were never the ones that looked nothing like us. It was never the giant blob or the talking machine. It was the things that looked like us, but slightly off. The zombie. The double. The imposter. The thing wearing a human face. Now, you might be sitting there wondering, is the uncanny valley actually real? Or is it just a spooky idea that sounds true? It's a fair question, because Maury never proved it. Back in 1970, it was just a hunch, a single line he sketched on a piece of paper. So scientists went and tested it for real. They took faces and slowly morphed them, frame by frame, from cartoon all the way to photoreal human. Then they measured how much people liked each version along the way. And there it was, a clear dip in liking, right near the human end of the scale. The valley showed up in the actual data. One study even found that faces stuck in that valley were trusted less, automatically, without people knowing why they distrusted them. They just felt that something was off and slowly backed away. But it gets wilder from here. It is not just us. Researchers showed monkeys realistic, computer-made images of monkey faces. And the monkeys looked away. They avoided them. Exactly the way we do. They felt the valley too. A creature that has never seen a movie, never seen a robot, never heard the words uncanny valley, still flinched at an almost real face. That tells us something important. This isn't about modern technology. It is old. It is wired deep into the brain, below thinking. Older than language, than tools, maybe older than our species itself. Now, scientists still argue about the exact reason why it happens. Is it disease avoidance? Fear of death? A broken prediction in the brain? Honestly, it's probably a mix of all three. The truth is, we don't fully know yet. But on one thing, almost everyone agrees. The feeling is real. You can know with total certainty that a face on a screen is fake. And it still will not stop your stomach from turning. Your gut has been right about this for a very long time. And it is about to matter more than it ever has. Because for the first time in human history, we are building our way out of the valley. AI can now generate a human face so real that you cannot tell it is fake. Video game characters are crossing the line. Robots are being given soft, warm, human skin. Step by step, we are dragging the fake all the way up to the real. And think about what that means. For all of history, almost human only ever meant one of a few things. A corpse. A sick stranger. A trick of the light at the edge of the fire. Now it can mean a video playing on your phone. A voice on the other end of a call that sounds exactly like someone you love. A face that was never alive at all, asking you for money. And you will want to believe it, because it looks like someone you trust. That ancient alarm in your gut, the one built over 100,000 years to keep you away from death, is now going off at technology. And the weird part is that soon it might stop going off entirely. Because the fakes are getting perfect. Think about the children growing up right now, surrounded by faces that are perfect and fake. They may never learn to feel the warning at all. And a warning you cannot feel is no warning at all. So the next time a face makes your skin crawl for no reason you can name, don't ignore it. That feeling is not a glitch. It's a gift. It is 100,000 years of survival, whispering one quiet warning. Something about this is not what it claims to be. The uncanny valley was never really about robots or dolls or pixels on a screen. It was always about us, and the line we draw around what counts as one of our own. The only question left is what happens when the things on the other side of that line learn to draw it too. Because the valley has always been a wall between us and everything that only pretends to be alive. And for the first time, something is learning to climb it.